Albert Granda here. I'm talking to Tony Baranski, who is currently in North Carolina. I'm kind of sitting here in Hawaii, and we both share a wonderful passion for pizza. So, Tony, how are you doing today?
Doing great, Albert. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Before we even get into it, I want to shout out your YouTube channel because you got one out there. Let's put that out there. What is your YouTube channel, Tony?
It's Tony Eats Pizza.
All right.
So love eating pizza, and so it actually my daughter came up with the name of that. We're trying to find the name for the YouTube channel, and my daughter said, "Well, you eat pizza. Why not Tony Eats Pizza?" So that
And
kind of
buddy,
stuck.
you know, and you do eat pizza, man. What amazes me about you is you have a slice count, right?
Yep.
What are we
I
up to
got
now? What are we up to now?
well for so New Year. So I'm at 14 for the New Year. So not
Okay.
going as crazy and not trying to get as many places, but yeah, last year got up to 512, only counting
Wow.
two slices per meal. So
Yep. 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 Okay. So you've had a lot of different slices. And let's talk a little bit. We'll get more into that later. Let me talk about your earlier memories of pizza, because I know you're from the Detroit area.
yep,
So you
yep.
know a
So
bit about Detroit pizza.
Yep. So my
Yeah.
dad actually grew up about a half mile from Six and Conant, which is where the original Buddy's is. So
Okay.
he had a love of Buddy's Pizza and then Shields Pizza, which are two of the original Detroit style places. Because the
Yep.
Shields was right down there, and that location has since closed, and the building got demolished. But the original Buddy's is still there, and he was an usher at Tiger Stadium, and so
Nice.
he did that since '68, from before I was born.
Yep.
And then eventually he would take me down there, and my sister would go down to the ball game with him, and we would stop at the original Buddies there. We had family in Hamtramck, and so that kind of started my love. That, and then Little Caesars used to do the pizza, and
Yep.
you get the two pizzas, and they
Yep.
had you'd tear away that paper. So
Yep.
those are kind of the two earliest memories I have, is
Okay.
going to Buddies with my dad, and then the pizza we would get at least once a week, just because it was a good deal and everybody was getting
Yeah.
it back in the
Sure.
80s.
Sure. For people that don't know, can you describe a Detroit pizza for me? Because they're really different. They're not Neapolitan. They're not New York. Uh,
Yep, nope. It's a square or a rectangle pizza. It's a kind of a Sicilian base, but what's different about the Detroit style is it's got that caramelized crust. So that's my favorite part of it, is that caramelized cheese is great, and then it's got the racing stripes on it
right.
for the sauce on top, and so some people like upside down pizza. It's got the
Yep.
crust, the cheese, and the sauce,
Yep.
and then the pepperonis. Pepperonis are usually underneath the cheese on like the original Buddies and Louis and the way they do that. But
Yep.
Jets is kind of starting to do it, a little bit
Yep.
differently. But to me, the biggest thing is it's got to be square, it's got to have that caramelized crust. So
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and then it's got to
Yeah.
be a little thicker.
Yeah, yeah, and Detroit really has become a thing. It's really a style. We have a place here in Honolulu that makes great um, uh, Detroit style pizza. It's called Pizza Mamo, and I've had it many, many times. I just love it. It's just a great pizza. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, my brother sent me some pizza from Buddies, so
Oh, did you? Okay.
I
Oh,
cooked it in
very
my
good.
own home oven. So it was kind of cool. Yeah, yeah, I really like it. And as I said, it's really gotten quite a few legs. A lot of people are really into that Detroit, and for good reason.
Yep. No, it's really good. A guy named Shawn Randazzo, he did really good in the pizza championships. I think
Yeah,
it was back in like 2013, 2014. And
right.
he really kind of put it back, because it's been around since 1946, but he really put it
Wow.
back on the map recently. And then I don't know, do you know about him?
I do. I mean,
So, and then he
Sean,
passed away and
unfortunately,
everything. And yeah,
yeah, he's one of the world pizza champions, really a legend.
yep.
Unfortunately, he has passed away. I mean, he was really a wonderful guy.
Yep.
And
But I mean, his a good legacy of what he did, like, I mean, he really catapulted Detroit style to being this popular. Like, I think he was, one of the main people to do that. So it's,
I agree.
he loved pizza, and it's a great, kind of
Yeah,
legacy for him.
he certainly pushed it right out there and made it what it is. So tell me about your own. Do you make pizza yourself?
Yep. I'm starting to try and do more New York style, because I do all Detroit style. So
Oh,
that's kind
okay.
of what I've been doing for the last 25, ever since I got a house. I didn't really,
Yes.
a little bit when I was, living at my parents and stuff, but really kind of starting to get into it a lot more once I got a house. So the past 20 years, or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, it's a fun style for me to make as well. I really like it. And that
Yep, yep. It's just this.
caramelized cheese around the edge is just pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, it's so good. That's why it's my favorite for sure. So.
Okay, so tell me about how you got into your slice count and how, it's kind of a thing. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
actually, do you know like Jim Mirabelli from
I do.
NEPA
Yeah,
Pizza? So,
yes, I haven't met
so
him, but yeah, I do know him.
okay, I haven't met him either. I like just kind of follow him on Facebook and just doing all that kind of stuff. But he started doing that. He, said, "Hey, if you want to join me in my slice count, go ahead and do it." And I was like, so I kind of, all right, I'll go for it. And it was something interesting, and I posted mostly to my Facebook page with most of my friends and family and stuff. So
Yep.
I do a few public posts and everything, but everybody kind of got a kick out of it. And I was really trying to get to a lot of different pizza places that I haven't been to before. Because really, you start eating pizza, and you go to the same 15 or 20 places for the most part. It seems like you find your favorites and everything. So it helped me to branch out and go to a lot more different places that I haven't been to and stuff. So it was a lot of fun to
Yeah,
do that.
I mean, you're more than a regional pizza guy. I mean, it sounds like you've gone the national route. Let's face it. I mean,
Yep, yep. Well, actually,
you've been on Scott's Pizza Tours, and again, shout out to Scott, which an amazing guy. Really does an awful lot for the pizza industry. So,
oh yeah,
um,
he's amazing. He is the amount of knowledge he has for pizza is just astonishing. It's like, and all those pizza boxes and just all the different, just crazy knowledge. Like
no,
he
yeah.
is a fun one to watch for sure.
He's he certainly is. And eating a pizza with him is even more amazing. I mean, the guy's just so he's just got so many cool little things that he knows about pizza and all different kinds of pizza. So, where did you start your slice count? Where you started doing slices? Did you start in North Carolina and start
Yeah,
branching
yep.
out?
Started out in North Carolina, and then have a full time job. So I was both on my lunches. There was probably about like 40 or 50 places I could get to within my hour lunch. So was doing all that first, and then you know branching out. We did the New Haven pizza tour. So we went up to New Haven, and we went up and saw Colin Kaplan up there. We did his
Oh,
Taste the New Haven pizza tour. We did that in April, and that was a blast. Loved that. So we got to go to those four places that he does, because on his tour he does Sally's, then you go over to Bar, you do Modern, and then you end up at Pepe's.
right.
So we're able to go there. While we were in Connecticut, we went and did Mystic Pizza just for the movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yep, and then we did Roseland's, which was really good. And then our favorite of the trip was Zupardi's. Zupardi's was
Oh, yes.
phenomenal.
Okay. Yep.
So, but
Ben-
yeah, we went there. We did a whole bunch of pizza places in New Haven, and then we went up to Seymour. So we did like Seymour train station. We did Cast Iron Chef, and everybody in New Haven was. We did Ernie's as well, and
Ernie's
it
is
was.
phenomenal. Right.
Yep, and
Right.
everybody was so passionate about pizza up there. Like it was so cool to go up there and just like you go in there and people say, "Oh, we're from North Carolina," and everybody telling you about oh the pizza, how much they love it, how great it is there, and it was just. I mean, that's a pizza destination for sure. I loved going to New Haven.
It certainly is. I'm going to have to say I've been to all the places that you've mentioned. And I will say the other thing, the pizza fans in New Haven really are like no one else, as far as I can tell, on the planet. I mean, they are so passionate about their pizza. And then they have their own
Oh, a little
favorites.
snobby too. Yes,
They can be a little
but passionate,
snobby.
but
No,
passionate.
there are beats. No, there are beats.
Yeah,
So of course. I mean, that goes along with it.
yeah.
And it's just fantastic. Well, so that was great, Kaplan. He's a wonderful guy, wonderful promoter of pizza. I'm not going to get into it. I am from Connecticut, pizza capital of the world. I don't know
Oh yeah,
about
yeah. No,
that.
I loved
You
it. It
know,
was some good pizza. So I'm
so
sure that like I'm Detroit style. You're probably a Beats, being from Connecticut and everything. So yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I like to be kind of a universal guy about pizza. I'm pretty much in favor of all pizzas. I'm not real big on the chains. I have a deal with the chains. We've done it. I've been doing pizza for a long time, eating pizza and talking about it. The chains don't talk about me, and I don't talk about them. That has worked out really
That works.
well. Worked out really well for us. So, what was a standout for you? You said Zupardi's was a real, and that's a really wonderful family-run pizza place.
Yep,
Um,
yep. The parties was number one for me. Roseland's was great. I really liked that. Getting out to Derby, checking that, and the high school in Derby was phenomenal. Like, we drove by that going to Roseland's, and the field they had there was
yeah,
beautiful. So it was Connecticut was
yeah,
just it was a very beautiful place to go visit.
yeah, yeah,
It's like
yeah.
once you get out of it, like downtown New Haven was good in parts and everything, but yeah, just the outskirts and the kind of
Yeah,
suburbs of it, if
Derby
you will.
is quite a while, and Roseland, another phenomenal place, and where it's located, way up in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, yeah,
and
we had to rent a car. It was like 25 minutes from downtown where we were staying. So, but definitely
yep,
well worth the
yep.
getting the car and doing the drive. And then we also went out to Mohegan Sun, and there was a Frank Pepe's there, and checked that out. That was pretty cool to have a pizzeria style restaurant the way they did it inside of the casino. So they did a good job of trying to make it feel like that.
Absolutely. No, I have to say they again, it's kind of my neck of the woods growing up and going back every year. And knowing from the very beginning how they started, pretty amazing really. How they really recreated Frank Pepe's right in the casino.
Yeah. Do you
From
know? Do you know
the
when they opened that? When was that opened?
geez, I can't even
Put,
tell you.
putting you on the spot.
It's been all the years kind of run together. I gotta
That's
say
fair.
it's
That's fair.
been over 10 years. I know that. And maybe even longer. I remember talking to Gary Bamonte, who is Frank Pepe's grandson, and he was telling me that when they were opening, they recreated Pepe's oven brick by brick for the casino. And
Gosh,
and
wow.
I asked him, how did you get, the how did you get the this oven seasoned, or did you do anything? He said they would make hundreds of pizzas and just throw them out just to get the oven ready.
Hopefully, they at least gave it
Uh,
to the casino workers or something.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't think they did. I don't think they did. These were throwaways. These were to try to season the oven. So,
Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah, Mohegan Sun just it's a wonderful place,
Oh yeah, it's a
and it's a little
beautiful.
mecca there. And from actually, believe it or not, it's in Uncasville, Connecticut, which is where I went to high school. But when I was there, there was no casino, so it's kind of a new kind of thing. Um, but anyway, yeah, interesting, interesting.
Okay,
So
well, I did. Interesting that you're from there. Okay, I didn't
yeah,
realize you were from
yeah,
that far out. Okay.
yeah. In all honesty, growing up in Connecticut, Pepe's was legendary. I grew up in the New London area. It's about 45 minutes to New Haven. And we had lots of little pizza places in New London area. They were mostly what I would call Greek pizza. It was kind of a style, a
Yeah, it's big
real
in the Northeast. Yeah, my friend in Maine, they have Greek, and that's what they're kind of go to. Yep.
right, right. So there was literally no Neapolitan pizza when I was growing up, and it wasn't until later, um, actually I was in college when we first went to Pepe's, and boy, it just kind of blew us away. I was really amazed at it. So, I also understand that you went up to Chicago and hung out with Jonathan Porter for Chicago pizza tours. How was
Yeah,
that?
yeah, that was awesome too. So yeah, that was the year of pizza tours for me and my wife and friends and stuff. So it was cool. But yeah, that one was cool too. So Jonathan, so the cool thing about like Scott is from New York, and then Colin is like a New Haven champion, and
Yep.
so Jonathan's from Boston, and so he was doing the Chicago pizza tour. But he's a comedian. Like talking to him, so he was a great guy to do the tour. He loves food and comedy. So he knew the Boston or he knew the Chicago history, but he didn't kind of grow up with it. So it
Yep.
was fun,
Yep.
fun for him to really give us some of his comedy stuff. And he was rooming at Georgetown with John Mulvaney, which I found
Oh,
amazing. I
I
was just
didn't
like,
realize that. Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
he's got some like famous people that he knows from Georgetown, and hearing about all that was really cool. And then going to all the different pizza places. We did Paisanos, which is kind of right by the Bean in Chicago, and so that
Yep.
was a great place to start. And that's from kind of Lou Malnati's
Yep.
that kind of branch of everything. And so going there, having all the pizza people on the pizza tour was really great, and got to do some thin crust and some the Chicago style deep dish. So
Yeah.
that was really cool. And then the second place we went to was Flo and Santos, and that's cool. They do kind of a Polish one with sauerkraut and kielbasa, and so me, I'm
Oh,
Polish descent, so
sure.
that was
Oh,
cool to go to that
interesting.
one. Yep, and
Wow.
so that Flo and Santos was that was my wife's favorite one. Just all
Yep.
the different pizzas that they had there, and so the thin crust, they had the tavern style, the pepperoni, the cheese, and then that kielbasa and the sauerkraut one. And then the third place we went to is more of an a beat style. It's called Coal Fire,
Yep.
and and it's cool. They let you go back in there and check out the oven, and you can see them kind of going in there and turning the pies and feeling how hot the oven is.
Yep.
And
Yep.
those were great there. And then we finished up at Bartoli's, and that one was more the stuffed Chicago style. And
Yep.
uh, like all four places were just great, and the kind of the owners of the pizza place come and talk to you at some of them, and Jonathan does a great job
He does.
just
He
giving you
certainly
the
does.
whole tour and giving you different like places to go around Chicago. And even after living there for 3 years, of course I've been there 20 years, but he had a
Yep.
lot of good insight of different places to go that my wife and I didn't know about when we
Sure.
were there and stuff. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah,
well, I'm saying,
and I think that Chicago tavern thin crust style, that's really becoming a thing too, that a lot of people are getting into. It really kind of a cool history that the thin crust was made basically by guys you know, that owned
bars.
bars, and they wanted
Yep.
people to come in and eat, and
Yep.
they cut the
Cocktail napkin. It has to fit on the
cocktail
cocktail napkin.
napkin.
So this, yep,
Yeah.
there's no plate. Just put it on there. And like, I've been drinking a little bit too much. I should get something on the stomach. Oh, here you go. Here's a slice of pizza right here. Oh, cool. Okay, that feel good now. Get a little salty, get you drinking a little more. So yeah, that's a ingenious idea.
A certainly great idea, and I think like Detroit, it's an idea whose time has come. I think, and with those thin crusts, you can eat quite a bit of pizza. It's not like eating real, it's
Oh
not
yeah,
real heavy and
that's
stuff.
what. That's why with the slice count, I did the 2 slices per meal because if you want to cheat, you just get the tavern style all the time. You're like,
Oh,
oh, I had 8 slices that meal. It's like